dried, smear wiped across my eye to my ear, seeping past the scars the time a loved one was last here. As elderly generations walk in their lines to decease, it's an obvious natural fact, soon is all our time for inner peace. I stand tranquil for a second as a full feeling of my will ferments, while equal barricades rise, self-inflicted pain for the last time. I need to prevent the longest in my past, found freedom at last, an ending to a story imprinted in its history, in the future's blast. Swapping an end card, making the space for a new hand. Unplanned quake can devastate, yet in all its beauty can be grand. Conforming to the constructive, live by laws held down by natural causes, where the essence ain't on time but unhappiness after the first most have pauses. The generation gap closes tighter, so perhaps impact of adrenaline may eventually have its lapse. Within cycles of circles, round is the shape of all well thought out maps. Find your way, avoiding all unlawful traps. My living being is lasting through events where captivity cements creativity, withheld, starving, needing an open air substance to all throughout this circumference, maintaining healthy maintenance. So why is life always contained in the past tense?
Work, no promotion with bank account and debts. Ignorance plagues the leaks that toil above my depth under my breath. I'm known to whisper angry words, enduring a daily basis where the basics reoccur through night eyes tightly closed, not ready for the morning blur. While suffering his hazy state it occurred. If I could swerve their evil curse of self-destruction caused by hush up minds, my function in the positive covering from the day of induction, I could intercept their concept of corruption and shine above the grimy way they used to use and suction as a main function to further their path forward. To be honest, I'm quite bored. I've thought it here to clock in on time so you can watch my every move and why I'm fine. In the blink of an eye, you know I'm too intelligent to mind. I worry about business as mine. Find a way out and climb. I'm inclined to believe I can retrieve my true nature and finally not have to face the early cold. Mistakes will unfold, damaging these power clones while in wisdom I glow and find myself standing alone. The blink of an eye.
The uniformed uniforms place about my waist. Time waste, haste to a taste of bass. Bass vision, past wishing nature had a statue of divinity. Capture my picture, my mind contemplates infinity. Raptors, feed upon my neurons. But from here on, I'm spurred to urban lies. The life is not a gift, but a curse. I try to burst through my rift turf. But what's worse than seeing the earth feed upon droplets of white blood cells? I try to stop it, there's but a blatant hell and depression. But sometimes expressions, repression. The recessions hit my papa's pocketbook. I thought my mama's lock and look, a family heirloom. And air here looms and thick tricks of sick doom. Can I get a donor? To my honest refurbishment, a loader lacking nourishment. The skirmish went very poorly, trying to ignore me. An event love spent into repentance. Each sentence is a sequence, they're trying to maintain allegiance to an existence where resistance to the doubt remains about face daily, laced with alien vigor. And I figure this figure in the mirror is dearer than airy flurries of memories suspended me. An ending struggle for a snuggle with the jury, whose fury could bury my only hope for acquittal. But each section of my reflection was rejected and belittled.
And while the way was pointed out, we sat and worshipped the hand. We tried to settle on maps cause we mistook them for land. So now we live on references and symbols we don't understand. Instead of reading the menu, we try to eat it, dig straight out the hands of conceited man's consistently depleting standpoint of comprehension. Don't mention plans, my redemption's adventuring, indented and stenching, rented camper vans, wrenching wretched minds from their 9 to 5, rent their lives with my bare hands. You're centralised on your protective guides. Rappers don't realise the lies, Illuminati they cry, but read the book back to front, they cry wolf. While I believe in every single line, stunned are those you call Illuminati really understood nothing, but took the puppet master's credit by blagging and bluffing. Embedded in federal suffering, it's nothing but human nature. You read these bedtime stories to sedate your mind state. Mankind, sour milk of human kindness is behind this. Place your bets as if anyone knows what the time is. I'm wishing there was distant and efficient missions behind my heinous highness. But sometimes in life you have to find your own time, and sometimes lies hide the true lies.